Let's say you have just started a new job where you're going to be working with Excel quite a lot, and you're feeling a bit nervous. Relax and let's take charge of Excel. I've just opened Excel 2016. If you're working with an older version, you may find some things look a bit different, but they mostly work the same, so don't worry. In 2016, you will come to this screen where you can choose to open a file you have been working recently or choose to open a blank workbook. We are going to click blank workbook. And here we are. Welcome to Excel. Let's get started by getting familiar with where things are and what they are called. To begin with, we have a large toolbar at the top of our screen. This is called the ribbon, and it contains nearly all the tools we are going to need. There are so many that they couldn't fit them all into one stretch. We are on the Home tab of the ribbon, but you'll notice there's also an Insert tab that has tools for inserting things like pictures and charts. Or there's a Data tab which gives us tools for working with data, like sorting and filtering. During the course, you become more familiar with the tabs and the tools on them. Coming back to the Home tab, I'd like you to notice that the tools haven't been scattered randomly across the ribbon. They have been logically grouped. For example, this group is called My Font Group, and it contains all the tools I need to change my text. At the bottom right corner of some of the groups, you find what's called a small dialog launcher. If you click on that, it opens up your additional options. We won't need these very often, but it's good to know. I'm going to click Cancel to close. One tab of the ribbon that is a little bit special is a File tab. When you click on the File tab, it brings us to the Backstage view, and this contains all the tools we need for managing our file, like Open, Save, or Close. To come out of the Backstage view, click on the back arrow or press the Escape key on your keyboard. Now we use our Backstage view to open our first file. I'm gonna click on File and come to Open. If you have worked with a file recently, it will appear in your recent list. Otherwise, you need to click the Browse button, then navigate to it. My file is in Documents folder, and I put it in Excel Essentials. The file we need is W01V01 Take Charge, and I'm going to double click to open it. Now we have something to look at. The ribbon does take up quite a lot of space, so we have the option to collapse it by double clicking on any of the tabs. That does free up space. To get it back, just double click on any of the ribbon tabs, and we are back. Now just above the ribbon, you'll notice another toolbar. This is called our Quick Access toolbar, and it has my two favorite commands, Save and Undo. It also has the redo, but even more importantly, we can change this Quick Access toolbar to contain the tools that we need. If I come to the drop-down arrow and click, it gives me some favorites. I'm going to click on the Sort Ascending. Now if I need to quickly sort my data by city, I click on City, click A to Z, and my data is resorted. What about all the other tools that are not on our drop-down? Well, they can be added too. For instance, I'm going to click on my Review tab and come to my spelling group. Now this time I'm going to right-click and then click Add to Quick Access toolbar, and there it is. Any tool in your ribbon can be added to the Quick Access by right-clicking. You can customize this toolbar to speed up your workflow. Just under the ribbon, you see another bar called the Formula bar. This bar allows you to see what data is in a cell and also edit the data. Now let's come to the main section of our worksheet. When you open an Excel file, it is called a workbook, and a workbook contains at least one worksheet. Inside worksheet, you'll notice it is divided into columns and rows. At the intersection of each of these is a square which we call a cell. I'm going to click on a cell and you see it gets a solid border telling me that it is the active cell. Each cell also has a unique identifier made up of its column letter and row number. So, I'm in D2. If I click into this cell, I'm now in C1. Last quick thing, at the bottom of your workbook is another small bar called your status bar. It's gray in 2016, but may appear green in other versions. If I were to select some numeric data, you'll notice my status bar gives me the average, count, and sum of those values. So the status bar can be used to see what's happening in your workbook and also modify some of the views. We will take a look at how to use it more in the next video. The last thing we want to do now is close our workbook to finish today's lesson. To do this, I'm going to click on File and Close. Excel will check if I want to save first. If you want to keep your changes, press Save. If not, don't save. That's the end of today's lesson, guys. Thank you again for choosing my course. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.